Have you ever held a tiny coin in your hand and wondered about its story? That's the magic of the Roosevelt dime, so small in size, yet so rich in history, symbolism, and value. At first glance, it's just a 10-cent coin. But the truth is, this humble little piece of metal carries with it decades of American heritage, design brilliance, and the memory of one of the most impactful presidents in United States history. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector, a casual enthusiast, or someone who simply wants to know more about the change in your pocket, you're about to uncover the fascinating world of the Roosevelt dime. It all began in the wake of a national crisis. President Franklin D. Roosevelt had passed away in April of 1945, just months before the end of World War II. His death marked the end of an era. Roosevelt wasn't just a wartime president. He was also a leader who had guided the nation through the darkest days of the Great Depression. But he was also known for something more personal: his struggle with polio. The disease had left him paralyzed from the waist down, and in his battle against it, he became a symbol of strength and hope for millions. He even helped to found the March of Dimes, a charitable foundation that funded research to defeat polio. So, when it came time to honor Roosevelt, what better tribute than placing his likeness on the very coin associated with the fight against the disease that had shaped his life? That's how, in 1946, just 1 year after his death, the United States Mint released the Roosevelt dime. Designed by John R. Sinek, the dime featured Roosevelt's left-facing profile on the obverse, or front side, replacing the previous winged Liberty head design, which many mistook for the Roman god Mercury. The change was symbolic and deeply meaningful. This wasn't just a coin, it was a national gesture of gratitude, a moment frozen in metal to honor a man who had given so much to the country. But the story doesn't stop there. Let's talk about the design, something that, over time, has become instantly recognizable. On the reverse side of the dime, you'll find a torch flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right. The torch represents liberty, the olive branch stands for peace, and the oak symbolizes strength and independence. Together, they tell a powerful story. Liberty must be strong, and peace must be preserved. It's a simple yet profound message, one that reflects the ideals Roosevelt stood for during his presidency. The Roosevelt dime has undergone some changes since its introduction. Initially, the coin was made of 90% silver and 10% copper. These silver dimes circulated from 1946 until 1964. After that, due to rising silver prices and a shortage of the metal, the U.S. Mint changed the composition to a clad design, copper in the core with a layer of copper-nickel alloy on the outside. That's the version most of us are familiar with today. But collectors still seek out the pre-1965 silver dimes for their value, beauty, and historical significance. Now let's dive into some intriguing facts that make the Roosevelt dime even more captivating. Did you know that the designer, John R. Sinek, was also the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time? His initials, J.S., appear at the base of Roosevelt's neck on the obverse side. Interestingly, when the coin was first released, some conspiracy theorists speculated that J.S. stood for Joseph Stalin, a claim that was quickly debunked but remains one of the coin's most unusual bits of lore. There's also a fascinating world of mint marks when it comes to the Roosevelt dime. These little letters tell you where the coin was made. A D represents the Denver Mint, S is for San Francisco, and no mark typically means it was minted in Philadelphia, though starting in 1980, Philadelphia dimes began to include a P. For collectors, certain years and mint marks are more valuable than others. For example, the 1949 S, the 1950 S, and the 1955 dimes are known for their lower mintage and are prized by numismatists. And we can't forget the rare errors. These accidental variations during the minting process often turn everyday coins into treasures worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One of the most famous Roosevelt dime errors is the 1982 No P dime. In that year, the Philadelphia Mint accidentally left the P mint mark off some coins, making them highly collectible. There's also the 1968 No S proof dime, another rare gem. These mistakes might seem small, but to a collector, they're golden opportunities, literally. What about the role the dime has played in American culture? While the quarter often steals the spotlight with state and national park series, the dime has been a quiet yet steady part of everyday life. It's the smallest in diameter and thinnest of all U.S. coins currently produced, yet it plays a big role in transactions, parking meters, vending machines, and of course, coin collections. Its value as a symbol often surpasses its monetary worth. Even its name is a curiosity. The word dime comes from the Latin decimus, meaning tenth. That's because it represents 1/10 of a dollar. This name was first used for the U.S. 10-cent coin in the Coinage Act of 1792, which established the U.S. Mint and outlined the nation's currency system. The Roosevelt dime is part of a lineage that stretches back more than 2 centuries, part of a legacy that mirrors the growth and changes of the nation itself. So what makes the Roosevelt dime so appealing to collectors and history lovers? For one, it's incredibly accessible. You can find dimes in pocket change, coin rolls, or at flea markets and garage sales. Some are just worth their face value, but others, especially the silver or error varieties, can be worth a lot more. It's like a modern treasure hunt. The thrill isn't just in finding something valuable, it's in discovering a piece of history that someone else overlooked. Many collectors start their journey with the Roosevelt dime. It's easy to collect by year, mint mark, or even by searching for silver versions.